Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a set of coasters in this beautiful mold from Molds and Shapes. The first color that I'm using here is a pigment paste from LeRez in Purple Rain. It's a very dark, opaque purple, very similar to a dioxazine purple if you're a painter. I am going to be trying to get some effects that are similar to what Petra Youngblood gets in her coasters that kind of have that dragon scale cobblestone look to it on the back. There's people call it different things. I call it beautiful, and I'm trying to achieve those effects. I haven't been able to quite get that effect yet, but I'm hoping this time I will be able to get it. So the mica pigment that I'll be using is a Just Paint mica pigment. It is called Lavender Pearls. It is a beautiful light lavender iridescent color. It is so pretty. Videos and pictures never do justice to her pigments. They're just gorgeous. I love them, and my life goal is to own every single one of them. This is alcohol ink, Ranger ink in Purple Twilight. Doing research on trying to get this special effect, or this particular effect, one of the hints I picked up was to use a paste, a mica, an alcohol ink, and a clear resin. So here I'm adding clear resin to the center, and hopefully that will help. I had quite a few bubbles in my resin this time around, so I go over with my heat gun quite a few times. Molds and Shapes, this mold is gorgeous. It's heavy and solid and 10 times the quality of any mold that I've been able to buy on Amazon. Handmade molds are definitely worth the money. This is my first mold from them simply because they're out of Europe, and the Canadian dollar to the euro is probably more than 2 times. So they were having a sale, and I thought, I'm just going to get one while it's on sale and go for it. So I bought a set with the coasters, the tray, and the coaster holder. But I'm still a little gun shy of using 24 ounces of resin at once. So I just stuck with the coasters this time around to try to get that effect that I want and go from there. I also really like the fact that the molds include the little cavity in the center. Usually I believe they have the little knob for the keychain offset so you can fit a jump ring through there and make a key set or a keychain, but for some reason it's in the middle this time, and which is kind of disappointing, but that's all right. I'll figure something out to do with it. It's a good place to put a little bit of extra resin if you have leftovers. The glitter I'm using is Recollections Specialty Glitter in Stargazer. It's really pretty. It has little tiny stars, hexagon shapes, and really small circles. I'm just adding the tiniest bit of glitter to the center there, and then using my leftover glitter resin on my little flower in the center there. I've tried a few times to get that effect, and it hasn't worked out. I am really liking how things are looking here with how the resin is pulling to the center and kind of giving it those striations that a flower would actually have. Just adding a heat layer here. This is Counterculture DIY art resin. It's good to up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. I probably should have added a little bit more here. I'm pushing it around quite a bit because I'm being stingy. It's a little bit more expensive than the resin that I use in the actual base of the coasters. Krystal Resin, I love Krystal Resin. It's a great resin for a lot of the things that I do. Coasters, trays, jewelry, my MDF pieces, art top coat. It's just not as heat resistant. So I went out and got the CCDIY strictly to use as the heat layer on the top of my coasters. So sometimes you have to use a couple of different resins. As long as your first layer of resin is dry, there's not a problem with adding a different brand of resin over top of it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please think about subscribing and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these coasters. I did just reach 500 subscribers, which is really exciting. I never thought that 500 people would look at my channel, and I'm thinking about doing a giveaway. So if you're interested in doing being involved in a giveaway, just leave a comment below, and if I get 10 or more people that say they would be interested in a giveaway, I will get that set up. So here's 24 hours later. I am going to take these coasters out of the mold. I'm making it look like they unmold a lot harder than they actually do. I'm just always very careful with removing coasters or removing my resin from the mold. I don't know. They're hard as a rock. The mold is super sturdy. I probably don't have to be this gentle, but it's a good practice to get into, just being careful with your supplies. The mold is staticky, so that's probably why it's also taking me a little bit longer to pull them out, just because there's a lot of static electricity on it. I'm going to leave that little center part in because it needs a little bit of clear on top just to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm really happy with the way these are looking on top. I think they're super pretty. I'm going to flip them over and see if I get the effects that I wanted. And look at that, getting closer. Not quite what I'm wanting, but definitely better than what they have been. There's that, I don't know how you want to call it. I kind of call it a cobblestone effect. But I'm getting closer with achieving that effect. I don't know if it's suitable for these flowers or not, but I wanted to use the flowers and I wanted to try to get the effect. So this is where we are. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with them, and the colors are just beautiful. Purple is one of my favorite colors. So this is another set that I tried to get the effect with. I used a white paste, and it just didn't do anything. It kind of sat there and didn't move. They're really pretty. I'm going to go around the edges with silver. I think the white ones I went around with silver already. This is using Oceanic Blue from Just Paint as well, so the color is gorgeous, just not the effects that I was going for. I have my flash on my phone here so you can see the iridescence in that mica, and it's just gorgeous. Not quite as noticeable with the plain eye without the flash on, but still very colorful and shiny and absolutely beautiful. I'll leave the links to the supplies in my description. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good day.